Hey everyone, my name is Mikayla and today I'm going to give you my 5 top tips on how to grow your hair super long and also some life hacks that'll just help you make your hair look the best that it can be. I have been planning to make this video forever, but I just now got around to it, so if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you want to see more hair videos, just let me know down in the comments and I'll be reading them all and checking them all out. Alrighty, let's get started with tip number 1. This is the most important tip I can offer you guys. Honestly, it's so important. You really do not need to be using heat, and your hair doesn't like heat, so just please don't use it on it. Instead, curl your hair without heat. I'm not sure how many of you guys watching this video have seen one of my videos about no heat curls, but I have a ton of videos out there on how to do your hair without using heat, so be sure to check all these out. One of them actually used to be like my most popular video ever, and it made me so happy because it was just helping people. Like, honestly, these curls are just all from that method. Like, I haven't used heat in forever. Like, it's so sad because I just have my curling rod and my flat iron just sitting there doing nothing. Anyways, so yes, please you watch this video. Here we go to tip number 2. If you haven't already started looking into wanting to grow your hair out, be sure to get one good haircut and that'll be your last for a while. So just tell them, like, just take off all the dead stuff on my hair, and whatever length it is, that's the length I'm gonna start. Be sure you trust your hairdresser first though. Since we're not getting haircuts while we're growing our hair out, we're wanting to make sure we clip off all the split ends. And so this is something that I really enjoy doing just because, like, it's like a good fix for some OCD. So you just want to look at the ends of your hair and kind of just flay them out so you can see them real well. And then you want to pick out the ones that have little white dots or that have like little split ends. I do this all the time, so it might be a little hard for me to find some, but like I found this guy, so you just want to grab him by the tip and separate him, and then you can see him clearly, like, oh, this guy has a little tiny split end, but I'm gonna get it. The first time you're doing this, you're gonna find a ton and it's gonna be lots of fun. So then you just want to take your scissors and make sure you just have this little guy by himself and just clip off the split end, and it's as easy as that. Those little breaks will get bigger and bigger, and then it'll just ruin that whole hair strand. So you want to make sure you're grooming your hair enough to where all the little split ends are just no more. They're just like, bye-bye. You don't want to get your hair cut because that really just puts you back all the hair that you just grew. And so by doing this and just getting the ones that need to be cut, you're saving all the other ones that are healthy and don't really need to be trimmed. But then the occasional, very occasional, like, I mean super occasional, like, I want to say once a year, but maybe once a year, like, or twice a year. When I get my hair cut, I usually get it dyed just because it makes it worth it. Like, I don't want to just go in like, here, cut a centimeter off of my hair and that'll be $100. No, just kidding. Just so that makes the trip worth it for me. If I get my hair cut, I can also get it colored. When you do get that occasional cut, just tell them, just like the tiniest bit. A little risky to say, but you could just say, oh, just take off all the dead stuff, but they might go more than what actually needs. So just like a tiny trim just to get your hair back into that nice shape. Because we're not looking to like cut it, we're just looking to groom it and shape it so it looks nice. You get what I'm saying? When your hair goes out, like, it all goes out at different lengths, and so it's not going to match up anymore. So you just want it to be that perfect shape. But other than that, don't cut your hair, just cut the split ends off. And here we go to tip number 3. It's a complete throwback to the 90s. Scrunchies, my super secret weapon. And so the reason why the scrunchie is better than a hair tie is just like this hair tie, it just catches everything. It just pulls out all your hair, and it's just not your friend. But this scrunchie is a hair tie with a nice piece of fabric wrapped around it to keep your hair safe. So these are basically going to become your best friend. I have about 1 million of these and they're all very faithful. So you basically want to be sleeping in one of these every single night, always. Pull up your hair into a little scrunchie right on top of your head, and that just protects your hair, so you're not like rolling all over it, you're like yanking it out, sleeping on it. It's just not too good for your hair. And so I've been doing this forever just because it just gets your hair out of the way and you don't gotta worry about it. And it honestly, I think it's really what has helped my hair grow so much, because you're just protecting it and you're keeping them safe. Like, if I'm not going out with friends or doing anything fun and like want to look nice, I'll just have my hair in a scrunchie. Like at home I have my hair in a scrunchie, like driving a car especially I have my hair in a scrunchie just because it protects it from the seatbelt. Because you're gonna wear your seatbelt, but you don't want to mess up your hair, so you just throw it in the scrunchie and it just saves it, and it's just like up nice and everyone's happy. It just helps your hair not hurt your head so much because you really just want to sit it right on top of your head. It's not heavy or anything because it's just sitting right on top. It looks a little dumb, I'm gonna say, but it doesn't matter because your hair is growing. You're helping your hair grow. And these you can pick up literally everywhere. Forever 21 has them, Walmart has them, and they're super inexpensive. Next up, tip number 4. So this is kind of more of a rule and not a tip. It is to brush your hair. I know I've seen a lot of YouTubers that say like, oh, I don't brush my hair, and like, look how long it is. But like for me, I just couldn't do that. Like, you gotta brush your hair. It's so important, like on a scientific level, because all these little hair follicles, they have like a cycle. And so they have the cycle of like growing your hair, having it happen. The hair strand, it just kind of hangs out in the hair follicle and it just sits there, not doing anything, but it's not really growing anymore, it just stops. That's when it's ready to fall out. And then once it falls out, a new one can grow in. And so if you're not like getting rid of all the ones that aren't growing anymore, you're not gonna be growing anymore because that hair follicle is used up and it's just sitting there, just kind of dead, hanging out, not being taken anywhere because you're not brushing it out. And so it's so important to brush your hair. This part of the video is not sponsored at all. Hey Wet Brush, if you want to sponsor me, I totally adore that. But these are my wet brushes. And the wet brush is basically like a brush you can use on wet hair and like how I wash my hair. And it's so important. Like, this has been the single most greatest thing ever in my whole hair experience. But so these are old ones that I don't use anymore because after about like a while you need to get rid of them and get a new one because it's not going to work as well as when you first bought it. And so these are just old guys that I have just hanging out to show you that I have them. This is my shower wet brush. This is just my other wet brush that I just got. And it has boar's hair in it just because I wanted to try something different, you know, because it's brand new. But it's so important to clean out your hairbrush like all the time. So like, see how I just got all that hair out of it? I'm sorry this is gross. It's literally like I could put it in my hair and you wouldn't be grossed out, but if I hold it in my hand, some people get grossed out. So this is a little chunk of my hair that's dead. So I'm just gonna throw them in the trash and just get all the hair out. It's really super simple. And then you're just gonna brush your hair. Right now I'm not going to brush my hair because it's curled and pretty right now, but you get the point. It's so important to brush your hair. But yes, please, if you don't have one, go get yourself a wet brush. It's magical. Like, it hurts my soul when I hear that sound of like wet hair being brushed with a normal brush because it's just like tearing it and doing bad things to it. But this one's designed to be used on wet hair. Like, I don't know what kind of magic science goes into this, but it's really good and you can totally feel the difference. It just slides right through your hair. Brush your hair. Do it for your little hair friends. And finally, tip number 5. Alrighty, so this tip slash hack is to kind of make your hair look more bold and very voluminous and just there. So in the front of my hairline is very thin. Like, see how these hairs are super light, so it looks like I'm kind of bald right there. And so this trick is to fix that. And so all you need is just some contour powder, some matte brown. Depending on your hair type, this is going to be a little tricky, but this matte brown in my contour works perfect for me. And it's too dark for me to use as an actual contour, so I'm not wasting any makeup, so I give it a purpose. And so I just take some on this brush. This is just like a little like contouring brush kind of. And so I just load it up really nice. I get the darkest shade because that's the shade that I don't use. Find where your sparse areas are and just pop it in there. See, it's like I'm literally like growing hair right now. So this is gonna be a little tricky for me because I'm doing it in my iPhone camera and not like an actual mirror. But you want to make sure this gets really blended out because it can look fairly obvious if you don't blend it out. I remember I tried this trick a long time ago and I didn't have any contouring because like back then contouring just wasn't as popular. And so I used like a shimmery brown eyeshadow. I went to get my hair cut that day and my hairstylist was like, "Do you have makeup in your hair?" Like, she could totally tell. But this is just a little trick that you can do to fix your hairline. And this works for guys too. So like, that's kind of like my little sad hairline, and there you go. It just frames your face so nicely. So I'm gonna finish this up in the other side in the mirror and I'll show you guys afterwards. And then with this trick also, you can do your hairline in a little sparse, so you can just fill it in with some contouring powder and it gives you so much hair. You just like grow ample amounts of hair. Just kidding, it doesn't grow your hair at all, it just makes it look really nice. Okay. And so this is a super subtle change, but it makes a huge difference. Maybe a month ago, like I don't do it every day, but like when I want to do it, it makes me feel so happy because it just looks so nice. Gives your face like this nice framing and it makes your hair look very good. And especially with my problem area, like it's totally gone. Hair grows there, it's just very light, so it doesn't really do its job. But with this little trick, it looks super good. I usually just do this when I have my hair up in a ponytail, so I don't like bald on the side of my head, but it kind of just not natural in the sense, but like how your hair should look. Like it should look like this, but it just doesn't cooperate. Anyways, I really love how this looks, and try it out. Let me know what you think. Like, tweet me a picture like a before and after because I know it changes my hairline so much. I just love it. I don't know what it just does, that little something special, you know? So that's one of my favorite tricks to do when I really just care about it. Like, I'm not gonna do this if I'm going to the grocery store, but like if you want to do it for a photo shoot or something really fun, this is great. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you later. Also, before you go, don't forget that you can click all of these boxes. You can click this guy right over here to subscribe, and YouTube has specifically chosen this video right here for you to watch, so be sure to click that and see what they chose for you. And then you can watch all these other videos, and then you can also click here to subscribe. And be sure to hit that little notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.